Want a good piece of nostalgia? Remember when they had those DARE campaign workers coming to talk to us about saying no to drugs back in elementary and middle school? Tons of drug PSAs have been made to try to get the message across, and even going out to try the most gruesome and grotesque PSAs that'll just stay branded in your memories forever. So, sit down and make yourself comfy in this old run-down crack house in Detroit with me, because we're going to be looking at some classic PSAs, and rate them on which were good, and which ones make you just want to take more drugs to forget that you ever saw them. Let's jump into it. Back in the 80s and 90s, a lot of advertising had some sort of musical number or rap in them, and our first one is no exception.
Drugs, drugs, drugs. Which are good, which are bad. Drugs, drugs, drugs. Ask your mama, ask your dad.
I'm not that much into musicals. I understand they try to do something that'll keep you hooked on the message and come up with some sort of catchy song that'll make you remember it. But honestly, I kinda find it annoying, and it makes me want to take a hit of literally anything to forget it. But I'll be nice and give it a D. It's low, I know, but that one grade higher is just for the effort.
Hey, you ever thought about taking drugs?
Holy shit, it's Christopher Walken! Gotta say, man, big fan.
I never really thought about it.
Think hard. But you find me when you need more.
Nah, this jerk's not worth the time.
A message from Concerned Children's Advertisers.
We're not just gonna skip over that, go back! Honestly, I'm sold. Jesus, who and how could you make such a character look like that in such a PSA? Oh, that explains it. This one was actually nice. Had the kid consider it, but decide not to, and then end up with a crackhead eyes to scare the shit out of everyone else watching. I'll be honest, I like it. I'll give it an A.
I get angry just thinking about it makes me mad.
The A-Team getting canceled?
Little kids doing drugs, it turns my stomach. It hurts the user, it hurts his family, and it hurts his friends. I just want to shake some sense into you kids that are using drugs and thinking about using it. So remember, don't, or else. Okay?
No offense, Mr. T. I understand your point, but we're trying to talk with them and tell them not to do drugs. You grabbing them and shaking sense into them ain't gonna do it. It'll get a restraining order planted against you and some possible jail time if you do that again. Sorry, sir, but this PSA gets an F. Yeah, you were a big part of the 80s along with the PSAs, but child abuse is also a problem too, my friend. But if it makes you feel better, I bought your cereal. This is Lou Albano. Known as a professional wrestler and as Mario in the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, he did a mini PSA during a commercial break on saying no to drugs.
I'm Captain Lou Albano talking to you about drugs. Kids, don't be afraid to say no. Anyone that asks you to use drugs is not your friend. Drugs can and will kill. Remember, don't be afraid to turn to your priest, your rabbi, your minister, your moms, your dads, your teachers, because drugs can kill. And if you do drugs, you go to hell before you die.
Wow, way to break it to the kids watching, man. You don't sound too thrilled about it yourself. Sounds like you took a shot of heroin before you did this commercial. This one is pretty weak, and honestly just straight up told the kids to go to hell if you do drugs. Yikes, man. That's a bit much. You'll have to go next to Mr. T on this one. Sorry, your message was weak, along with the cartoon series.
Pablo. Turns out I've been used to smuggle cocaine into the country, which does rather prompt the question, what's the big deal with coke? Then I met Mr. Disco here. So I went to this nasty toilet, and this girl asked me...
Did you spare us a tenner?
No, I'm a dog. Look who we have here. A bleeding nostril. Perfect.
I'm bleeding.
Well done. Yes, you are. So I picked up the phone, somehow, and talked to Frank.
There's a darker side to coke. To find out more, visit talktofrank.com.
Mr. T and Mario had their fun telling us not to do drugs. Another classic character did too. And this one was way more darker and depressing, especially for this character.
This is crack.
There it is! There it is!
It isn't glamorous, or cool, or kid stuff, and it can kill you. Nobody knows how much it takes. So every time you use it, you risk dying. Everybody wants to be cool. But doing it with crack isn't just wrong. could be dead wrong.
You know you fucked up with drugs when PeeWee Herman ain't happy and smiling. For what it's going for, I honestly think it goes up into S. Got straight to the point, no over-exaggerations, no threats towards you, made you actually feel something, and made you reconsider your choice. Perfect PSA, with a good character, making him go down a deeper and more serious tone and direction. So there an S it'll be. Also, fun fact, did you know in 1991 Paul Reubens was arrested for jerking off in an adult movie theater? PeeWee brought little PeeWee out to play, to only get him and himself arrested for indecent exposure. While drugs are bad, the person dealing them to you can be just as worse.
Hey, little dude, send your mama and daddy out of the room. I gotta get you up on this. You know who I am. Snake. Dealing in weed, coke, crack, your choice. Steal from your mama, lie, cheat on your homeboys. But hey, that's the price you pay when you deal with dudes like me. Now, some folks will tell you that I'm dealing in poison. But hey, do I look like the kind of guy that would do that to a kid like you? Yes.
Using another fear factor to stop kids doing drugs involving snakes. I see what you're going for, but this is more nightmare enduring more than helping. I know some of you are thinking that is the point, to try to scare the kids straight, but can we do it that isn't going to later on trigger some sort of PTSD? I mean, I could see it working. I'll be reasonable and give it a C, I guess. The first time I saw this PSA while looking through a shitload of them for this video, but the first time I felt fucking horrified.
Doing drugs is like being on top of the world. Everyone says so. Everyone seems to be having one dandy old time. Before you go and do something you've never done before, you just better know what you're jumping into.
What a twist. Had a good narrative over it while showing this lady going on a high dive. Well, hi, but also saying,
you just better know what you're jumping into.
With that cut, just made my heart stop cold, and that's an S. This one set me straight more than Mr. T and Mario did combined.
You'll like my friends. They're good listeners. And with this new drug, crack, I'm attracting a younger crowd. Bill here is 16. Tracy, cute gal. 14. So join the party. Try crack. I could use the company.
Pretty ironic of him to say, considering he looks like he did crack more than the dead kids. I don't mind this one. I love a good ghoul. Ghouls are real. They're among us. I did kind of shit on some of the others on scaring kids into not doing drugs, but scaring them into doing and showing them what happens when you do drugs is fucked up. And I like it. Do crack and you'll join the ghoul, or become one. I'll give it a B.
Now, what's wrong with you? Tonsillitis?
Appendicitis.
Yeah!
What if the joint were in somebody else's hand, like your surgeon, your lawyer, or your local policeman?
Now, let's see if I can still make a straight line.
Unrealistic. I don't think this one matters much because the hospital will make sure your surgeon isn't intoxicated on anything. They'd most likely send him home. Fired. If you want to make a PSA, at least do something that's a little more of a realistic situation. No one is stupid enough to let your surgeon perform surgery on you high. Prescribe you stuff to get you high, possibly, but performing medical thingy-dingies on you, no chance. I'll give this one a D, mostly because I did find it a little funny.
This kid died from using illegal drugs. And this kid died from using prescription drugs. Now you tell me, which one's more dead?
Both. Both are just as fucking dead, mate. I get it, I know, I see what they were going for, but I feel like they were more worried about the kid who did illegal drugs more than the kid who did the prescribed ones. To be fair, both are bad. Risk of overdosing and even allergic reactions if you've never taken them before. But I'll be honest, I wasn't feeling it in this one. I'll give it a D. I don't know about you, but I am sold. And I'm also James Fargo. See you later, alligator.